The weather is looking pretty miserable today, but I'm going to go and hike anyway, just a little solo trip up Castle Gorge. Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. So to be honest, I actually prefer hiking with other people, but sometimes it's impossible to find someone to hike with you, and sometimes you do just feel like going on an adventure on your own. There are a couple of things that you do want to keep in mind if you are thinking of going on a solo hike or backpacking trip though. The most important thing that you need to do if you're going to be going on a solo hike is to tell somebody where you're going. Make sure that the person that you tell is someone that you trust and that you let them know exactly what your route is and when you're supposed to be back. If there's a register at the beginning of the trail, then you should definitely make sure that you sign it. But even if you do sign a register, don't rely solely on that. Make sure that you still tell a trusted family member or friend where you're going to be going and when you're going to be back. A really nice thing about modern technology is that you don't even have to only tell someone where you're going and what route you're going to be taking. You can in fact let them track you through some kind of GPS device or your phone or your watch. Garmin has a thing called Live Track, which I use all the time, and you can share that with somebody back at home so they can keep an eye on your immediate progress. Since you're going to be a one-man band out on the trail, you need to make sure that you are also completely self-sufficient and prepared. The best way to do this is to make sure that you work off a list of items before you go. Make sure that you have things like water, food, emergency supplies, first aid kit, adequate navigation equipment, all of that sort of thing, because there is nobody else to rely on except you when you are going solo. It is getting a bit breezy up here, which usually means it's going to rain, but luckily I do have my rain jacket with me because I am prepared. In fact, because this is a solo trip and I knew it might rain, I actually have 2 rain jackets with me just in case. Another thing that's really important to do when you're hiking solo is to just be more careful. This can mean just taking a few extra minutes to think through decisions before you act on them, being much more aware and vigilant of your surroundings, taking things a bit slower than you normally would, or even not going to areas that you ordinarily would be fine going to if you had a group with you. And then finally, there's the subject of personal protection, which people often seem to have really strong feelings about. And I think people have strong feelings because it is personal. It is up to you whether you carry something to protect yourself or not, and it is up to you what you carry. Whatever you do decide, if you are going to carry something, I do just suggest that you make sure that you know how to use it. Whether it's a knife or a gun or a can of mace or an alarm, make sure that you know how it works. Definitely don't do anything illegal. There are some areas where you are not allowed to take firearms, so make sure that you check out what the rules are for the area that you're going to be in. Okay, I think I've gambled with the weather enough for one day. I can see the clouds rolling in pretty fast now, so I'm going to start heading back to the car. One of the questions that seems to come up a lot with solo hiking is, aren't you scared? And yeah, sometimes I am scared. Being scared is okay. Often you're scared for a reason, even if it's just because you're doing something new and you're not entirely sure what to expect from it. It's okay to be scared. It's just not okay to allow yourself to get into a panicky state where you can no longer make smart decisions. When I am feeling scared, it's really important to me that I don't ignore that feeling. I try to identify what it is that's making me scared. If it's just the area that I'm in and I'm getting a bad vibe, then I might just remove myself from that area. If I'm feeling scared because I'm starting to feel insecure about my own abilities, then it sometimes helps to unpack the contents of my bag and go through it, take out my map, identify where I am on the map, just so that I can see that I am actually capable of doing it. Self-talk also helps quite a lot with that. Just saying to myself, you can do this, you are doing this, you've got this, you know what you're doing. Another thing that I do sometimes is to put my personal protection in my actual hand, or just check that it is very accessible at all times. Even just practicing taking it out and putting it back and taking it out and putting it back, just so I always know exactly where it is, how to access it, what it's going to feel like if I need to grab it. And then the last and probably most important thing is to recognize when I need to actually ask for help. So if I need to call someone or ask a group of hikers if I can maybe join them on the way down, then it's better for me to do that than to try and swallow the fear and just keep on going on my own. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more from me, then you can click on my channel name to see videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.